All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to episode 5 of Can I Solo? So, this is the ESO series where I just try to do as many dungeons as I can solo, and we're trying to do them in order. So, yeah, last time we did Spindle, Wayrest 1, and Volantville, and the DLC. We try to do 1 DLC and 2 base games every episode. So, because these are all, these are the same thing but version 2, I kind of want to randomize this a little bit. So do maybe like this one and this one, just so it's not like the same exact thing. So yeah, I think we could do... I don't think there are any stopping ones that will actually stop us mechanically. Dire Frost is one you need 2, but aside from that, I don't think anything else are a struggle. And last time we tried doing Fang Lair and the boss with the chain near the end. That one was a hard stopping. We tried a lot of different strategies, but that didn't happen. So let's see what other ones. Moonhunter might actually be difficult, simply because that hedge boss, you have to go in the maze, and if you get stuck by the strangler, it's very hard to do solo. So let's see. Let's think about that when we get there. But anyway, with that said, Fungal 2. I don't think anything will actually get us there. So let's just do it and see what happens. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. We have a solo series that we did 7 years ago, and we're just seeing what we can do now versus what we could do before. And if you're looking to see all the harder ones, like doing it on vet and hard mode, we have a duo series that I do with one of my friends, and we just go over all of them. Surprisingly, you can do a lot more with 2 people than 1, so... That said, I should probably bring out Bastion again. Not because he's geared, just because I need to level him. So, anyway, let's see. Do I think any bosses are gonna stop us here? I don't think so. But if there's any, it's one where you get CC'd. But I don't think that's a one-shot. That's just a fat amount of damage that you have to mitigate. So we'll just see. And if we can't do it, we can't do it, but we'll see. But yeah, like doing all this solo makes me realize there's a lot of mechanics that you could just skip in groups because you like out DPS everything. But I think after playing this game for so long, I have a very good idea of what most of the boss mechanics are just by playing the game.
I need healing. Heal me.
Still spider up. Oh yeah, there's the Witches Festival that started today. We got the Thunder Skulls. Staple event for Halloween for the past like 6 years of this game or more. Just have them funnel towards me. So yeah, this boss, I don't actually know how much damage I'll take, because there's one mechanic that like basically chains you down, and it's a group thing where your teammates are supposed to free you. but on bet, and I think it's supposed to be like a one shot where it does a lot of damage. I'm not sure how it'll be nowadays, but we'll see. I'm not sure if I can survive it. It's been a while since I've soloed.
Intruders. Awaken Mistress Bandit.
Prepare to die, villain!
Aside from that mechanic, we should be fine. Is nothing super crazy. Yeah, this is the mechanic right here. So basically, you see the sword. Your teammates are supposed to free you from that. And if it hits you, you kind of just die. Okay, so it is a one shot. Okay, so that was less than 20 seconds into the fight. Okay, let me do another test. Is it really a one shot, or does it just do a lot of damage?
By the ebony blade, I will end you.
I think it was probably around like the 20-second mark when that happened. $15.
Potion!
Okay, well, that is a one-shot mechanic. We already knew that. So, I'm not sure. Wonder if it's possible. Otherwise, we just go next. Then we could do... I think Arx is soloable. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, aside from that boss, that one mechanic, everything else is basically free. I think I would be able to do it. But with that said, Arx is fun. You guys remember when... What was that one set? Medusa was really good. This was probably like 5 years ago when that was the meta set and everyone was farming the Medusa Inferno staff. Yeah, I remember that time. That's been bugged for so long. Like, the door is actually open. You can just walk through it.
Deal with these trespassers. No mercy, no prisoners.
I was even watching that one. So, like, in the Fungal 2, where we couldn't get past that mechanic, I even had a barrier up, which was, like, another 35k on top of my 35k health, which we used a heavy set on. So yeah, it's just straight up one shot, not because I can't do it. Oh well. All right, so this boss mechanic, this is the boss. When it has a circle on the ground, you don't want to stand in it, otherwise it heals the boss up. So you want to get out and just DPS it, then you'll be fine.
Leave this place. You are an intruder here.
But yeah, at the end of the series, we'll see how many dungeons are not soloable And currently I'm caught up when I'm doing duos with a friend. We have the entire series or all the dungeons done so far. And I believe there's only one, maybe two dungeons that are not doable, where you would need actually at least 3 or a full group. But yeah, like, you would be surprised at how many bosses. You know, now that I think of it, if I went back into Fungal, if I dropped an ult, would I have enough DPS to burn those phases down? I actually kind of want to retry that again, but maybe next time, or like in another video. I would have to basically have a lot of dots down, and that's not max Sorc. Maybe a Stam Sorc with like the rain of arrows and stuff, arrow barrage. So yeah, like volley plus something else. Might be able to out DPS that phase with caltrops and everything.
Bring their heads to the queen.
Dude, I'm kind of close to 3,000. I wonder if I could get 3,000 by the end of 2024. Admittedly, I don't like actively grind for champion points, but
Let's go.
I feel like once I get 3,600, which is the current cap, I'd be like, oh, what do I do now? Because like you play this game, you get EXP over the time and all that stuff. So the intended mechanic for this boss is it'll go into like a bubble, and that bubble, this bubble right here, will shield you through like the Screech, and it's kind of like in Maelstrom. But if you don't stand in it, you can just burn it these days. Standing in the bubble is like safety, but if you're in a full group, it doesn't matter. Even in a solo, I don't think it matters, but it's how you prevent damage. Where did that snake come? Oh my god, they're still funneling in. Dude, the aggro radius on enemies is wild. Sometimes there's a chest behind here. That lever goes toward the gate or the bridge coming up, so unfortunately, this is not an optional boss.
Is where you'll die. I want their flesh.
Mini boss, don't stand in the inner circle. That's it. Kite everything around. Don't stand in bad.
You're no match for us.
I like to do a lot of the bigger pulls, but like if this is your first time doing the dungeon, just kill things pack to pack instead of doing a huge pull. It's safer, but ultimately you play however you like. All right, final boss. So this boss is kind of dumb. There's a water phase where you see the electrical water. You stand on the island, and then there's another phase where rocks drop on the land part. So you want to stand in the water, and she'll do a screech, which she just did before, and you don't really want to stand in front of it. So this is the part where they fall on there, but the water is electrified too. That's why you need self heals or a healer. Dremora Plunder Skull. Etheric Revenant Sash. Wow. Every time they do the Halloween ones, it's always like by the end of like day 5, they're just sitting on the market and it's almost free. All right, let's do another one. Let's see. Blackheart Haven is kind of sketch because the final boss will turn you into a skeleton. You kind of just have to dodge it for a while. It makes it go on longer. Banished Cells. I don't think there's anything. Let's do Banished Cells too. Either way, Arx was a very easy one. Banished Cells, the final boss could get a little bit tricky on normal because there's 2 colors, like a red and blue. You have to go on there, kill all the ads, and then manage everything. But ultimately, I don't think this should be a hard one.
Play with your fellow keepers.
They are not keepers. Not any longer. Fight? Good.
Sadly, on 2 you have to do the sides, whereas 1 is optional.
Keepers guard this tomb.
Come on.
You're going
Get out of
to
there.
fight your way through all of the keepers? How amusing! They are stronger than they once were, you know.
A lot of these things, there's a lot of tricks to some of these bosses that most people don't do just because like these are old dungeons. But I'll try to explain what they were just in case you are new and have no idea. So in case you want to learn. All right, so this is the Maw of the Infernal boss, right? Okay, so it'll drop fire puddles on the ground for the duration of the fight. What people don't really know is you could bring the boss onto the grate right here when the fire goes off. Well, if Bastion wouldn't taunt it. So like when the fire goes off, it'll literally do a percentage of damage on the boss. So you could just hold it in one spot, or you could bring it on the grate. Most people just burn it in the spot because, well, you don't need to move it if you have enough damage.
I can't take much more of this.
Bastion, you are actually griefing. Oh my. I wanted to show the people what the real mechanic was. Actual, sometimes better than some tanks.
I'm impressed with the keepers. It takes a strong will to control a Daedra.
What are the endeavors? One duel, you use a memento twice.
Bend to your will.
An IA, refine materials. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. You ever see those videos on YouTube where people throw like lighting the fireworks and then they throw the wrong item in the room and it like blows up? Literally that. Plus 10. There's an invisible wall right here, by the way. So you have to go through it. Bring everything down.
I'll see you dead before you harm this stone.
Oh, they didn't follow. Guess there's another invisible wall there too. This boss actually used to be a bit of a stopper back in the day because it, like, people didn't have enough damage, and nowadays it's like it's still rough, but it's not that bad. Also, probably not the smartest idea to pull everything unless you know you can heal through it. So the way this boss actually works is it drops those like puddles with the orbs on the ground, and one of them is the real one, and it summons ads.
Daedric's power is not granted cheaply. The keepers are paying for their new powers with their service.
So yeah, it just keeps doing that over and over. And the bubbles will actually hurt you. This boss is kind of annoying, actually. Oh, stop. keep realizing we keep getting all these plunder skulls and I forget to open them.
This is far more entertaining than I thought it would be.
All of these are like last year rewards too. None of these are actually good. There's a few like yellow tier items that you can get here, but I don't think they're common.
For me, my friends.
I didn't even know the bosses can run down this far. Well, at least they're stacked. That's good. So one of them will do a shield, right? And then that's you attack the other one. So this one has a shield on it, so you focus the other. But if you stack them, you could just do damage to both of them, obviously.
How easily you slaughter Danger and Keeper alike. How much more powerful could you be made with my gifts? You are.
So I'll explain the mechanics to this fight as we get there. The bubbles will heal them. Oh, what am I in combat with? It's probably something I left from behind. Hold on. It always is. Still in combat. I think it's probably because I left something on the stairs over there. Did I leave? This thing, wasn't it?
Voranel lies ahead. I never liked him. He hums off key.
Okay, we're out of combat. It was literally those two. Okay, so this boss, you see there's a blue thing right there, right? And then there's a red thing. The boss is going to give you a color, and you want to run to the one to cleanse it. So Get blue. Cleanse at blue. Then there's going to be Daedroths, but the hard mode for this one would be to leave 3 or 4 of them alive. One of them. And so, like, the tank would ideally take the things and run away, whereas the DPS would just kill it. In this case, we're just gonna nuke everything.
Now get out of my way! All of Tamriel will learn I am free.
So I got blue.
Set the land ablaze.
And if you don't cleanse it, it basically gives you a debuff when you're slowed. So the thing here, what you would want to do is kill the orbs, they heal the boss, and then just try to keep everything under control. So we got red. What you have to watch out for is just whenever the ads spawn. Sometimes, like, if you're in a full group, you just over DPS things, and you want to keep the Daedroth alive.
I am not afraid of you.
We've seen before that people actually get, like, bugged and stuck there. Alright, done. Not bad. So let's see, what are we gonna do for our DLC one for today? What can we do that's soloable? Can I do Frostfault? It might actually be extremely sketch on a timer. Or is that only hard mode? I don't remember. I think we can actually do Scale Caller. It's gonna be tough, but I think we can do it. Wait, hold on. The first boss, how are we gonna do this? If both bosses on me? I'm gonna have to kill them evenly. Bloodroot is not doable. Moonhunter, the hedge phase might not be. March of Sacrifices. Can we do Depths of Malatar? I think so. Wait, hold on. No, the first boss, you have to interrupt the thing because it's gonna, like, strangle someone. And if it doesn't interrupt you, I think you just die. So I don't know if that's soloable. Marsalok is just a really long one. Moongrave. Is there anything that stops you? I don't think there is. It's just a lot of ads. Icereach. Is Icereach soloable? It should be. I mean, we can try it, and then if we get stuck, we get stuck.
Who goes there?
Yeah, okay. The first boss is just a lot of incoming damage, but I think we should be okay. I might just have to run barrier for extra safety, otherwise I think it's doable.
Bring them down! Circle around! You'll have your hearts in a bed!
So you want to focus the Ice Atro because it'll do just like a channeled AoE that I don't think you can interrupt. So it's high priority on that one first. So this boss is a little bit tricky. He does enrage at some point where you have to just move away. Otherwise, and then you have to get him to slam on the ice pillar. And then his heavies kind of do a lot, so I have to make sure not to get hit by those. And then tornadoes will follow you consistently. Don't get hit by ice. So he's enraged right now. And if you get hit by a swing, kind of just does a lot of damage. So it's not permanent. You just have to move away from it for a while until he goes unenraged.
Come, fools. Feel winter's bite.
So he's fine right now. Overall, though, I think just kiting it'll be slow, but you do it. Then you want to actually kill the Atro because it'll do a channel. Kind of annoying. So you want him to smash this ice. Otherwise, if you don't, he'll turn into a full-on Atro. An extra ad you have to deal with. Enraged. I think if you get hit by any of these on like vet or hard mode, it's a one shot while he's enraged. Just ignore it's at 3%. Not bad. Took 3 minutes, but not bad. This was the sketch one, right? Where they have bombers. Not yet. Okay.
The bear woman! She's here! She's...
This is our island. Ours!
You there. See a friendly face. Damn it. We can't talk. Keep moving. I'll find you. Go!
I knew this rich.
All right, so this boss, it does a few different things. On hard mode, one person will get a fire around them, this thingy. But I think on normal, nothing happens. But on vet, there's like a strangler that you have to like unfreeze with it and burn it. Oh, no, it's not normal. It just didn't spawn. So like you would have to defrost strangler to DPS it.
Oh, that's it. Much better.
And then if you run over your teammates with it, it does do damage as well.
Step aside.
But since I'm the only person, I get this fire 100% of the time. And there's a strangler over there.
Light shoe. Go
Should be able to
join
just
the
burn
rest
through it
of
though.
the cult. Skelga? Skelga! You. I'll burn you to cinders for this.
Skelga! Bear woman! She's... Skelga?
Shore's bones. There's no end to these hag-born bastards. I'm glad to see you in one piece. Initial assault.
Knives out, rich man!
Not good that these witches are judging me by numbers.
There are explodies.
Attack!
Keep them on the defensive.
Here we are. She's useful eventually. You go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Trespassers! Attack!
Flank! Now!
Strike! Now!
Nice. All right, boss. Admittedly, I don't really understand this one because when I do it, we just burn the boss.
Beast! How dare you soil
But there's ghosts that come out of the rituals in the center, and I think you just killed them.
the dead? Heed my call.
Oh, do we get an ad? Yeah, like with enough DPS, you just burn it. I don't particularly know the real mechanics for this one. This one wasn't that hard to get a trifecta on, to be honest. Like the final boss got us a few times when I did it, but ultimately this shows you some of the mechanics you'll be seeing on the higher difficulties.
I'm wounded. I need some help.
The dead. Heed my call.
Getting another wraith. Yeah, I don't. It just did more damage. So we're coming up into a back-to-back boss with this one. And the upcoming boss is basically don't get hit by a lot of things. If you're in a group, don't stack on other people. Sometimes I've seen people die to this because if you stand too close, it'll do a tornado coming out of the front of one of those, and then you'll just get hit by all the like channel hits. So if your range is not a problem. If your stam DPS, don't stand directly in front of it. Whatever Bastion did, don't do that. Okay, so this boss, there's a lot of AoEs coming out.
Come on, we're getting close to the ritual. I know it.
There's gonna be 4 Atros that channel the main boss in the center. There's an achievement for getting all of them within a few seconds of each other.
That one looks dangerous.
Don't stand in channeling lightning. Don't stand in the center. Bastion, don't stand in that. Final Fantasy Companions, literally 100% better. I'm gonna save my ult for when the Astros spawn. Oh, is it? Wait, I thought is it 1 per person or like 1 per actual player? That why you get 4.
You're a lifesaver.
The storm's strength is ours! The storm's rage is endless!
Oh, never mind. It's just a higher phase. If you let all the Atros spawn and they just keep channeling, it does a huge, like the boss will do a huge burst and then it could be a one shot. So it's a good idea to kill them. It's also an achievement. I thought I buried Bastion. I don't particularly need him to live. I just had downtime.
The storm's rage is endless!
That's the last of them.
So close. You have no idea what kind of forces you are meddling with.
All right, so we're coming up to the final boss. I think we might have a few more ad pulls and then we're good.
I'll hold up the Richmond as long
Blood for the coward!
I didn't find that me. Certainly, you'll disturb the ritual. It must be perfect. Isn't that right? It is Jonlaw, our patron's first. If you wish to repay the reward, you must deliver what you desire.
Okay, so this boss has a few different phases. So what we actually have to do is put on an interrupt here. So all the ads, you kill them, you're gonna get all of the boss mechanics that you saw from the previous fights. And yeah, it's basically all in one now.
Put an end to their sad tale. Good. Cool down our guests, won't you? Hit it! Burn them all!
For glory!
And then the tethers on you are just bad. I don't know if you get stranglers on non-hard mode, but you get the fire.
Give it to them.
Do you think that might have been excessive?
So once you kill them all, it goes into, you basically do this again but in phase 2.
Let me wield the common trap. Leave nothing but ashes, he did.
Then every time you kill one of them, you have to full interrupt again.
Come and take us!
So it is a little bit annoying, but it's what it is.
I reach this their thieving strength. Send them to an icy grave, Gola.
Then once you do it 4 times, you fight the boss in all in one mode, and then it's execute race.
Together, sisters, we cast as one. Buddy, give these fools a taste of the dark arts. Gola, hit me! Bunny, Maven! Your power flows through me! Call down the lightning, Maven!
Yeah, so after we fight this one and beat it, the boss is just going to spawn in the center. And then we execute it down. We're going to have full-on burst damage, so it's probably good to have an ult there. But it's too late for that one. So yeah, like everything is out to get you. You're taking constant fire damage, and you burn it. Alright, that's Icereach. That was
Damn.
not too bad.
Wicker-clad lackeys, but I really wanted to crack at those hags. Oh well. I heard them prattling on about some ally, a shadow partner of some kind. Look here. They inscribed part of the ritual on this scroll. but-
Holy, that's not good.
Ooh. Just the beginning of something.
Inventory cleaned for now. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 5. It was not too bad.
What's new?
So next episode, episode 6, what are we going to do? I am not sure about Blackheart Haven up until the final boss. Like, I can do everything up until there, and then you just get a mechanic where you might not even be able to survive. It's kind of like a one-shot mechanic. Elden 2, I think, is doable. Blessed Crucible is probably doable. Dire Frost is not doable with 2 because you have to pull 2 levers. Not difficulty-wise, but mechanic. I think everything else here should be doable. We did Volenfell last time. And in terms of DLC, we might try Frostbolt. I don't think it'll be too bad. I don't know if there's a timer on the final boss, because I've done it like the trifecta. This is 2 years ago. I don't think Depths of Malatar is doable just because of the first boss might be a one-shot mechanic. Marsalok. There's a lot of mechanics, but I don't know if you can do it with one. Doesn't seem too bad. Moongrave is rough. We just did Icereach. Yeah, I'll figure it out next time. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. We wrapped up. We did good. We just couldn't do Fungal 2 with that mechanic. But I think I might try something out later. But with that said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!